There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Many things are deceptive. We think it's right, but the end thereof are the ways of death. You know, we ain't serving him according to his word. You know, if we go into these churches, these idolatrous whore churches, it seems right to us, but the end thereof are the ways of death. You know, they ain't teach you obedience to his word. They ain't telling you to obey his word. They read 1, 2 scriptures and they shut the book. And it's all over. They shut the book and talk about your tithes and how you ain't giving no tithes and how you gonna be blessed with increase and stuff like that. Talk about that, the whole message. But they ain't talk about how you deliver your soul from death. That's worthless. You're gonna be serving him in vain, like he said, teach for doctrines the commandments of men. 13. Even in laughter the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness. The backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways, and a good man shall be satisfied from himself. That means you're going to be satisfied from yourself, because you're going to be walking in that good way, and you're going to know that at your end, there's a crown of life for obeying his word. The simple believes every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. So you want to be foolish, you're going to believe, you're going to sit there and believe every word. We just read, try the spirits, see if they are of Yah, see if they are of him. See if they are of the Most High, whose name is Yah. You know. 16. A wise man feareth and departeth from evil, but the fool rageth and is confident. That's why the proud is going to destroy you. Being proud in your way is going to destroy you. The fool keeps going on in his perverseness, and he is confident. But a wise man feareth and departs from evil, which is transgression of his law. He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated. So, man of wicked intention is hated. He's gonna be hated in when it comes to the kingdom. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. You know, we just read about the simple, all the things that the simple does in this thing. They're gonna inherit folly. They're gonna fall in the end, and they're gonna be able to rise up. They're gonna be cast down. The evil bow before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor is hated of his own neighbor, but the rich have many friends. You see that every day in the world. That's opposite, because the father he lifts up the poor. He's going to exalt the poor and the needy and the oppressed and all the people who are lowly of the earth. And the people who are the lowest in the earth are the slave descendants. They're the tail, according to the curse of Deuteronomy, and not the head. But he's going to exalt them people if they walk in him. Otherwise, they're going to be cut off with the rest of the world, loving the world, clinging on to the world's materials and the world's doctrine and the world's deception and its sorcery. He that despiseth his neighbor sinneth. So you despise your neighbor, you commit a sin. You could transgress his law, because he said, love your neighbor as thyself. That's his law. But that's the other things that you need to look at in the precepts. You don't look at just the 10 Commandments and just like, well, that actually is in the 10 Commandments, because everything that you do, you know, if you love your neighbor, you wouldn't steal from him, you wouldn't kill him, you wouldn't bear false witness against him, you wouldn't covet his wife or anything that is his. That's love right there. It's not a word. It's an action. Just like the same way with the Father. His love is not a word. It's an action. You have to show that you love the Father by being obedient. Just like you disobedient to your parents. You're not showing your love for them. You can later on say, I love them at the end of the day, you know, but you dishonoring them. So that's showing lack of love, you know. Do they not err that divides evil, but mercy and truth shall be unto them that devise good. This is how you gonna obtain mercy. Think about good, do good, which is what the Father sees as good, not what we see as good. You know, but every one of us have that in us to know to do good, but we have to do good according to His law, so it can profit us. And we sitting here giving out food to the hungry, but yet we disregard His law. We ain't gonna be spared. He gonna take us out still, because we doing that to be seen of men, or to feel good about ourselves, to have, you know, now I can clear my conscience because I went out here and fed the hungry. Now I can go and go home and dishonor Yah and never listen to what He says and never get Him in my mind and my thoughts. You know, that's what, you know, many churchgoers do today. In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tended to penury, only to penury. So you got to labor, or you're going to have poverty. You're going to lack. Don't talk about it. Be about it. The crown of the wise is their riches, but the foolishness of fools is folly. A true witness delivers souls, but a deceitful witness speaketh lies. In the fear of Yah is strong confidence, and His children shall have a place of refuge. So that's strong confidence. We fear Him. And that we just read about the fear of Yah in Deuteronomy chapter 10. All those things you do, as far as keeping His commandments, showing how you fear Him, how you love Him, how you walk in His ways, how you serve Him, or worship Him. The fear of Yah is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. We already know what that means. We ain't even got to explain that. The fear of Yah is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. In the multitude of people is the king's honor, but in the want of people is the destruction of the prince. He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding, but he is hasty of spirit, exalted folly. A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bones. He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker. That's once again, you do to your neighbor something, you doing that to the maker. You do to the least of him, you doing that to him. To him. The least of his, you doing that to him. Right? Because he looks out for his people. Let me find something real quick. Matthew chapter 25. We're going to go off for a second. Just for a second. Matthew 25:41. Then shall he say to them that on his left hand, depart from me, you cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his malachim, or his messengers. For I was a hungry, and ye gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you took me not in. Naked, and you clothed me not. Sick and in prison, and you visited me not. So then shall they answer him, saying, Master, when saw we a hunger, or a thirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? Then shall he answer them saying, Verily I say unto you, insomuch as you did it not to the least of these, you did it not to me. How about that? So if you serve the master, he got you. If you do anything to the least of his, he's gonna repay you for that deed. And these shall go away to everlasting punishment, but the righteous to life eternal. So Proverbs 32. 14:32. The wicked is driven away in his wickedness, but the righteous have hope in his death. So the wicked is carried away in his wickedness. And he'll be carried away from that, with that whirlwind when he come back to render vengeance to his adversaries, to his enemies. Wisdom is in the heart of him that wisdom is the heart of him that hath understanding, but that which is in the midst of the fools is made known. Righteousness exalteth a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. That's a reproach to any people. You know, because when you conduct yourself in a manner that, you know, you stealing, you killing, that's a reproach to any people. People look at you and be like, you know, they look at you as you shameful. You know, that don't get you exalted when you're stealing and you killing and you know, committing adultery. People don't rejoice in that, you know, as a, you know, different nations don't rejoice. Some people do, but you know, that's unfortunately the wicked world we live in. Righteousness, the king's favor is toward a wise servant, but his wrath is against him that causes shame. So we don't want his wrath. So we're going to read about his wrath. Let's see. We're going to read about his wrath right now. And we don't want this. We want to make sure we found on the right side, that we have been keeping his commandments. Psalms 11, verse 1. In Yahuwah I put my trust. How say you to my soul, flee as a bird to your mouth? For lo, the wicked bend their bow. They make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart. So he already stamped these men as wicked, because they looking at the upright in heart, who follow in his ways, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart. They wicked. If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Yahuwah is in his holy temple. Yahuwah's throne is in heaven. His eyelids behold, his eyelids try the children of men. Yahuwah trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. So he hates them. Upon the wicked shall he rain snares and fire and brimstone and horrible tempests. This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous, Yahuwah loveth righteousness, and his countenance doth behold the upright. Because these wicked men got to be repaid, because he love righteousness. He hate wickedness. You know, righteousness is the way of righteousness is long life and peace. That's what's in Yah's kingdom. This world is trouble. When we look out here, this world is all wars and all types of things going on in this world. Wickedness and sin and homosexuality and all types of perverseness in this world. Not going to be in his kingdom. He's going to rid you out of that kingdom. We're going to be uprooted.